Morning all, day 46 up the dirt track with Pardo, and another cold one in Ballarat this morning. It's cold in Ballarat when the sheep are bunched together, and I actually thought this morning they were spooning. So that's how we know it's cold in Ballarat, when the sheep are spooning. Anyway, day 46 means there's 4 days to go of filming up the dirt track. Is that sad? Yes it is. Is it a relief? Yes it is, a little bit too. But looking forward to the last 4 days. I'll try and keep you entertained for the next 4 days. And I was speaking to a good mate yesterday, and he said, Pardo, just think of the other award-winning shows that have gone by the wayside. He said, Seinfeld, Sons of Anarchy, Jerry Springer, Cop Shop, Prisoner, and the Sullivans. They're all gone by the wayside too, so don't be too disheartened with losing up the dirt track. Anyway, it's been a good walk today, and it's been a good walk because I've had a good belly laugh. I don't know, when was the last time you had a really good laugh? Probably a while ago, because in isolation we don't really have that really good connection with our mates and good friends that can make you laugh occasionally. So today it's been a great walk because I've been pissing myself for most of the walk, and that's due to a podcast I've been listening to today. Now, I've listened to this podcast probably for the last 6 or 7 weeks. I haven't mentioned it on the dirt track, but I am now because I want you to listen to it because it's a good one. Now, it's called Keeping It Real with Chuck, Ludi and the big fella. Now, the last week they interviewed Tim Payne, the Australian cricket captain, and that was a funny one as well. I must admit, hearing that the Australian cricket captain pooed his pants during a test match because he didn't want to leave the field was quite funny. But this week's one I had to listen to because they were interviewing probably my all-time favourite modern day AFL footballer. I love the way this bloke went about it on the field, but also off the field as well, and the way he used to play through a lot of injuries and put his body on the line. And that's Jonathan Brown, the ex-Brisbane Lion superstar. Now, Brownie's a bloke I reckon I'd like because, as a person, because he loves a good time, I think. He works pretty hard as well. So they interviewed Brownie today, and Brownie spoke about a few of the stories off field, about slab day and the way he used to muck around with his mates, and have some pretty good times on footy trips and things like that. So that sort of humour made me have a good laugh, but I was more impressed with the way he went about it off the field to get himself to be in tip-top condition to play AFL footy, which is a brutal game. Now, lesson learnt to a lot of young players out there: if you want to be a champion of an AFL or any sport, you just don't tie the laces up and run out at the park. A lot of work goes behind the scenes, and to hear what Brownie used to do behind the scenes to get himself mentally prepared, but also physically prepared, was outstanding. So, yeah, that's why he's a champion. But it's a very, very funny podcast. So, if you've got a spare hour, jump on Keeping It Real. Chuck, Ludi and the big fella. Very, very good podcast. Anyway, I'm up and about today a bit because after the announcement from Dan the Man, it's allowed today I can go fishing. Now, if the weather turns a bit nicer, I'll get my camp chair out, take my dog, take my Nathalia night cooling worms. I'm going to head down to a local lake and just throw a line. Really looking forward to the fishing. It's better than sitting on the home couch watching TV, getting out in the open and hopefully being active, catching some fish. Now, my fishing trips in the past couple of years haven't been fantastic. I have an annual fishing trip with a few really good mates, and I love it. It's in my diary every year, highlighted in yellow to say can't miss. But the fishing trips have become life or death situations some stages. This year I was nearly bitten by a tiger snake. Now I'm not quite sure how you get bitten or nearly get bitten by a tiger snake when you go fishing, but it happened to me. Also on that fishing trip, what started off on a 2-hour trip to catch some snapper, ended up a 5-hour steam in weather you couldn't believe. There was more water inside the boat than outside the boat. Thought I was going to die. 2 years before that, we actually got lost at sea. When I say lost at sea, lost at sea. No lights, hardly any power in the boat or petrol. For 5 hours in the dark, bad weather, worst nightmare of all time. And I actually called Karen when we hit the dock. Don't know how we did that because we had no GPS either, just pure luck from a lighthouse. I called Karen and said, Karen, I love you. Now waking Karen up at 2 a.m. is never a good moment, but I just wanted to say I love her. Anyway, all she wanted to know is whether I paid my life insurance up. So yeah, love you, darling. But yeah, the fishing trips haven't been that fantastic, so I'm glad I'm going to be on land today, not on a boat. But I might tell another boating story tomorrow, which might make you laugh as well. And that was on a footy trip to Bali. We thought we were going to die again. Anyway, I'm looking forward to my fishing today. If I catch a fish, I'll try and take a photo and show you. Anyway, stay safe today, stay healthy, self-care, make sure you go for a walk or cycle or a run, call a mate to see how they're travelling. We're nearly over the hill, we're flattening the curve, which is fantastic. Good news, school's maybe back shortly as well. Anyway, and also thanks for those people that nominated me to do those push-ups. Go and get fenced.